2019 was an amazing year. 2020 was really going to be our biggest year. It was going to be a banner year for the band. And we got out to Colorado, and that's when COVID really actually, when they started shutting things down. I left for boot camp in July of '99, so I actually just passed my 20-year mark if I would have stayed in. I saw too many movies and I wanted to be a Ranger. And I went to the Army recruit depot, to the recruiter, and the dude walked out, and these are the guys that give you Army guys a bad name, man. This recruiter walked out and he had one leg, pant leg hiked up on his sock. He had this little beer gut and he was smoking a cigarette, and he walked out and he was all slouched over.
I have seen stalks of corn with better physiques.
And he's like, hey, I forgot that you were coming and I gotta go do this other thing, so I'll be back in 20 minutes, just hang out outside on the curb, I'll be back. And I was like, all right, man. And so that was already first impression. I was kind of like, man, this guy's a little kind of a turd, you know? And then all of a sudden this dude comes walking around the corner, Staff Sergeant Gonzalez of the Marine Corps, and he came walking around, and he had this he was jacked, his uniform was perfect. He comes in and he said, hey man, what are you doing? I said, I'm just waiting on the Army recruiter. And he looked at me and he looked dead in the face and he goes, you want to look like that turd or you want to look like this? And I was like, I want to look like that. And he said, step into my office. Before the Army guy even got back, I signed up for the Marine Corps, man. He was like, what the hell happened, man? I was like, sorry bro, you got me. Before crossing the border, we were stacked up in our vehicles, and then I was a scout with First Line Armored Reconnaissance, First LAR, and I just remember being stacked up, and they were burning the oil fields, and the sky was just black, and I was sitting there we were 45 minutes to go time, and we were just all hanging out in the back, dipping Copenhagen, smoking cigarettes, and being jarheads, and I was just like, holy crap, well, this is real. This is about to happen. And yeah, I was nervous for that. If you weren't nervous for it, you're a liar, but also being a Marine, that's what you train for, and then you're ready for it, and you're kind of looking forward to it too. As far as with music and music's why I got out of the military. I joined the Marine Corps and I had no other plans. I was gonna do 20 years, retire. I loved serving, I loved the guys. I loved everything about being in the military. I had my re-enlistment papers done up. I was gonna go to Bridgeport, California and be a mountain survival instructor.
I remember.
And I just didn't ever want to wonder, could I have,
But right now, you get to make history. Some of you, it's a bucket list item, I know, to come to the Grand Ole Opry. You have planned this your whole life, and you are here for the very first time, and you will never forget what you've seen and what you will see before the night is over. It's also the same for artists who are making their debut. So tonight, you share a common history with the fellow you're about to meet, who is a Marine, a combat veteran Marine. Rolling Stone says he is a country artist you need to know, and he plays over 100 dates a year with everybody from Charlie to Travis Tritt, Dwight Yoakam, and so many more. Put your hands together and please welcome, for his Grand Ole Opry debut night, Scooter Brown.
Scott, you just got done playing the Grand Ole Opry. First reaction.
I'm telling you, I haven't even processed. I'm still processing it. I think I'm gonna wake up in 2 days and be like, holy. It's kind of it's almost kind of I don't even. It hasn't hit me yet. It hasn't hit me. I don't. I have a feeling this is gonna take a couple days to sit in and just for me to really take in just everything that happened tonight. It's validation of we're on the right track. We're doing something right at the Grand Ole Opry. There's no stage in country music bigger than the stage that we just played on tonight. Actually did 3 total shows at the Grand Ole Opry in 2019. Did a ton of tour dates with Charlie Daniels and Travis Tritt and Marshall Tucker Band. It was a great year. We were starting to really get those good headliner dates in our markets that we were doing really well in as an opener. Money, shows, everything was just, awesome for 2020. On our first run of 2020, which was out west, and that's when COVID really actually, when they started shutting things down. All of a sudden, 3 weeks of shows got canceled, and then it was 3 months of shows that got canceled, and it was at that point where I was like, man, at first I thought oh, we'll be back on the road in 2 weeks, but when they canceled that 3-month block, I was starting to sweat. When I realized what was going on, I had a bit of a mental breakdown, and my wife was like, we need to get out to the woods. She's like, I think that we need to book a cabin out by Gatlinburg, and you need some time to decompress, because that's my happy place, is the woods. I'm really big into all things nature, but grounding specifically. I believe that there's energy from the earth comes up and it's a healing quality. Got out there, we were on the Little Pigeon River in East Tennessee. I took my shoes off and I just walked around. I got in the river. This is in March, the river water is 45 degrees, and just submerged myself. And it's so simple, but it came over me so suddenly that I had realized that I am only responsible for how I react to a situation. So I can be mad, I can be pissed off at the world because of COVID and all these other things, but at the end of the day, I can't do anything about those situations. All I can do is manage how I react to that situation. It kind of came up over me where I was like, you know what? I'm here in the mountains with my family, with my wife and my 4 kids. How blessed am I? How blessed am I to be able to have this moment right now? And that's kind of how I've just taken on the rest of the year. So musically, it's been a horrible year. Business-wise, it's been a horrible year. But 2020 has been one of the best years of my life, because I feel like spiritually, I'm in such a higher place. I got a break that I didn't know that I needed. I got to spend so much time with my family, with my kids. We bought some property. We have chickens and goats and pigs and dogs and, 4-wheelers and little dirt bikes and everything. And I love that space. But with that being said, I need to go back to work too. The bank account's not too happy with me. The family loves it, but the bank account doesn't appreciate it too much.
Hey, I'm gonna play drums one day.
Like who?
Matt.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have my drumstick.
And tell Daddy that you love him?
And I love you. Bye-bye.